Loud. Yes. Cool.
We are going to jump right in. Welcome, Dream Team. We are so excited you guys are here, and we are pleased to have our amazing speaker tonight. I have known her and known of her since our previous company, and so I've been around her wonderful philosophy and gotten to just hear her and listen to her and learn from her, and she's amazing. So we have Rachel here with us tonight, and I know I've been shouting her praises, as has Janice, and so many of you guys have been listening to her podcast and following her. So we have her tonight. I did her long bio for you guys earlier today on our Dream Team page, so that way you could see all her credentials and her wealth of knowledge and her wealth of experience that she comes to us with, where she started, which was with no place with direct marketing or any ML companies at all. And here she is, has her own podcast that you guys are enjoying and that we, shout her praises to the rooftops. She has a part of her earnings are over a $6 million commissions with her team and what she has done with her brand and her podcast and everything that she does. And we are so excited to have her here. Total fangirls. I think so many of us are. So welcome, Rachel.
Thank you so much, Cassie. Thank you, Janice. And guys, welcome. I should say ladies, welcome to the call. Are you guys ready? I'm so ready. When Cassie reached out to me and she said, hey, I'd love for you to jump on to train our organization to talk to you. I'm like, let's do work. Like, let's get a breakthrough. And we're now 4.5 months into the year. 4.5 months into the year, almost halfway through May. And my question to you is, are you 40% in, 45% into your goal this year? Are you 45% into where you want to be? Because if not, we can make up for it. And the conversation we're going to have today is all about creating personal momentum. I don't know why it says so. So I'm going to rename my name. Somebody's been using my account. I should call myself like Giraffe, Soul CEO, whatever. It's Rachel Pekarek. Hi, guys. And if you guys can do me a favor, please turn on your camera. If you can, just because I am like a network marketing robot, I very much respond to like energy. So the more energy you give me on whether it be video or even in the chat, I'm gonna be reading the chat. If you guys have questions, you want to be like, yes, girl. You want to be like, okay, I love this. I'm vibing with it. It feeds me, okay? It literally, like the little robot in me, like literally becomes charged. I do have a ton of energy. I'm in wellness, so I'm obviously hopped up on vitamins and pills. So hopefully you guys, it's 8 p.m. Eastern, and hopefully you guys aren't like totally ready to go to bed, because this might hype you up a little bit, okay? But I'm really honored to be here. Truthfully and transparently, it is such a blessing, and I've known Cassie for a long time. And so the fact that she has asked me to be here, she really wants to see you all win. And that's the heart of her leadership and where she is designing this dream team to go to the next level, to be the premier team in Color Street to join, and to be the fastest growing one, and to be the one earning all of the accolades and all of the ranks and all of the trips and the rewards and everything. And so I want you guys to know you're in the right place at the right time with the right leaders, and what you guys have done. And with Janice and this whole group of leaders, plug in. I hope you guys come ready to learn. I have a philosophy in my team that we have a notebook. If you guys have a pen and piece of paper, just show it to me up on the screen. I want you guys to develop this philosophy. Cass, this may be good for you guys to talk about every week when you guys are on your Zooms. Have a notebook that's just for Color Street, that's just for this team, so that every time you're on a webinar, a Zoom, in person, even like you're going back, now that things are opening up, that you have all of your goodness, your richness, your notes, so that when you're like needing inspiration or wanting to do a Facebook Live or create and craft a post, you can go back to all of the mentorship and wisdom that has been bestowed on you. And I always say that the best leaders are excellent students. And so I fill up a couple of these things every single year, just flying through them, just taking notes, ready to learn. The best leaders are excellent students. Cassie shared with you guys my story. I won't bore you with any details. All I will share with you is that I've been supremely blessed by network marketing. Direct sales has absolutely changed my life, because in front of you today, I am a 36-year-old college dropout. Guys, go to the chat. Give me a 1. any 30-year-old, any college dropouts, 36-year-old college dropout, any college dropouts, that's me. That's me. I don't have no fancy education. I don't have a degree. I worked in retail. I was commuting 2.5 hours a day for a bipolar boss, and I was miserable. I got started in network marketing, I kid you not, because I was such an introvert. I wanted to work from home and I wanted to buy a dog. That was it. At 21, I didn't have massive goals and aspirations of changing the world. I just hated my job. I hated my commute. I didn't like talking to people that much. And I wanted to work from home, and I wanted a dog because I was gone 12 to 14 hours a day. So what motivates. And we're going to find out what's going to motivate you tonight to get you into personal momentum, to get you into taking action, to get you over some of the very real fears and doubts and limiting beliefs so that you can get into your promised land. Spoiler alert, I did get started in that first business. And now, as we heard, fast forward, I now have 2 dogs. And I'm psychologically unemployable. So seriously, you couldn't even pay me to get a job. But it's really a blessed life. It's an autonomous life. If there's any word to write down, it's autonomy. Autonomy. It's a $10 word. And what I love about network marketing is that it can give you autonomy. Color Street can give you autonomy. It means you can do what you want, when you want, where you want to do it, with who you want to do it with. Guys, drop a 2 if you're like, yes, that sounds good for me. Yeah, that is what we're doing here. And that is the gift that you can give your girls when you're talking to them. That is the gift that you're presenting every single day with this premier opportunity. And there couldn't be a better time, guys, in this pandemic. They need your product. This makes the most sense I've ever seen. I can't wait for all of you guys sending me samples. Cassie, hook a girl up. Have you seen how atrocious this is right now? Help, right? Help. Okay, I need some goodness going on right here because I look like a mess. I was in the garden earlier today. I'm still sweating. It's awesome. I'm so glad that we're all here together. All right. We can create that personal momentum. We can create that personal momentum knowing that we are building a life of autonomy. I have 3 things I want to talk to you guys, just 3 little philosophies, millionaire philosophies. Last year I made $952,000. It won't pay all the bills, but it's a start. And I share that not to impress you, but to know that as a 36-year-old college dropout that I could get to nearly $1 million a year in this profession. I am no special. I'm not normal. I'm average, but I'm not normal, okay? So if I can do this, there's no reason, Kristen, Linda, Karen, Kimberly, Katie, like Rachel, there's no reason that can't be you. Robin, there's absolutely no reason that any of you guys couldn't be sitting here a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, cashing 900 G's because of your Color Street business. Number 1, to create personal momentum, you have to decide what speed and sacrifice. Write that down. Speed and sacrifice you're willing to go and to make. Your speed and sacrifice needs to match. It must align with your ultimate goal. See, our priorities and values are never in conflict. People say to me, I want this business. I want your lifestyle. I want your flexibility. Guys, not only have we been able to create this insane financial blessing, but because of that, I've traveled the world. I've been to 22 countries, paid for by my little network marketing side hustle. I've built orphanages that feed 50 to 100 children a day. I've freed over 150 children out of human trafficking, right? And so this has given me the most insane lifestyle. People say, I want it. I want to live in a nice house. I want a nice car. I want this. I want that. Everybody wants the dream. But are you willing to do what it takes to get it? Everybody wants what I have, but are you willing to do what it takes to get it? So your speed and your sacrifice must match your goals. But do you know what your goal is? Do you know really what you want to do here? Have you actually mapped it out into the comp plan to say, this is where I want to go and by when? Have you mapped it out and gone even to a journal, into that notebook, and actually written out your perfect life, your ideal day, the perfect day, from the morning you wake up, where it would be, what house you'd live in, what bed you'd have, what your bedroom would look like, what you'd be doing all day long, who you'd be serving, who you'd be talking to. Would you be working out? Would you have a personal trainer come to your home? Well, what do you do? What kind of food did you eat? What kind of clothes did you wear? Have you mapped out what your perfect life looks like? What is the goal? I just got off of a three-way call just before this, and I met with a girl who's looking at our business, and she's in, let's just say, IT and social work, and her husband is in graphics. And she lives a very blessed life in Southern California, but she desperately wants to not only get out of her career, but retire her husband out of a job he hates. That's her goal. That's her vision. Is it clear? Is it written down? Is it in front of you? Have you thought about what is it? And guys, it's got to be desirable. It's got to be so yummy that you're willing to stay up a little bit later, to get up a little bit earlier, to make the sacrifices. Now, mind you, write this down. I said sacrifice, not mistake. How many of you guys are moms on the line? Raise your hand. How many moms are here? Yeah, probably quite a few. If you guys are off camera, just drop a 3 in the chat. How many of you guys have little moms? You got some parents on the line, right? There is a difference between a sacrifice and a mistake. A sacrifice means that, I know we see little babies on the line. I just love that. Hi, Kelly. You're a little baby girl. A sacrifice means that you're going to miss a recital because you have a presentation. A sacrifice means that there's going to be some nights where your spouse takes the kids to basketball practice and you're going to miss the practice because you have presentations to do, you have follow-ups to do, you have business to build, you have mentoring to do and to accomplish. That is a sacrifice. Here's what a mistake is. The whole family goes to the lake for the weekend and you stay home and you don't make calls. A mistake is you have a very short period of time with your kid, taking them to the park after school, or that homework hour between school and maybe dinner, that 4 to 6. And you have this little set of time where you get this the best, wonderful quality time with your daughter. But instead, she's working on her schoolwork and you're on your phone, or you take them to the park and you have your earbuds on instead of being present. I don't want you to make a mistake. I don't want you to be half in Color Street and then half out. I don't want you to be half in on a mom or as a wife and half out. You got to be all in when you are doing that and all in when you're doing this business. You need to learn how to time chunk and be present. That is the sacrifice. This might mean, and I don't have children, so please bear with me. I don't know mom guilt. I don't, but I coach moms. 80-90% of my business is moms. And so I'll share with you what I've had to learn from my leaders, my 6-figure earners that teach me what has worked for them. One of them is getting the family on board with expectations. There's going to be nights. I know my business partner has made $7 million in the last 10 years. When she got started, she had 2 girls. I think they might have been 4 and 1. That sounds about right. Yeah, 4 and 1. And she had the conversation with her husband and said, listen, I need you used to go to 2 basketball leagues a week. I need you to cut off one of them because I need to go do home meetings. This is back before COVID. And by the way, I am going to be unavailable on these nights. So you're making dinner, you're doing all the heavy lifting. But the good news is on this weekend, I'm free. And she delineated that time. Maybe you set a goal like, hey, when you hit the next rank, this is what the kids get. Hey, this is when you do this. This is what you and hubby go get to do. Prioritize that time. Make sure that you're not making a mistake in your relationship. I made a crucial error my first big run in MLM. I'll share this with you guys transparently. I got started in a company 10 years ago. My previous company it was in momentum. It was crazy. I was 26 years old. I'd never had success in MLM. And I put my head down and I virtually ignored my first husband for like a year. I did. And he was working still. And then I ended up retiring him. And I was full on, like, my business was my mistress, if you get what I'm saying. So where I spent all my time, he'd go to bed, I'd be in my office till 2 a.m. because I didn't want to miss a thing. And it hurt us, right? Now, life has moved on. I've now moved on. I have a much more amazing relationship and super blessed, glad that didn't work out. But I look back and I'm like, I wasn't serving him. I had to make adjustments. I rectified that way before our marriage fell apart. But I'll tell you guys, you do not want to go all in on something without having them on board. And it might just be like scheduling sex once a week. I don't know. Like, you guys got to figure that out. Like, whatever it is. Like, hey, baby, I'm really busy right now, but Sunday, I'm all yours. You didn't think we were going to talk about that on Zoom. Like, I want you guys and tell me, Cassie, do you want your girls to be happy, healthy, and wealthy? We don't want you miserable. We don't want you going to the top of Color Street and losing everything around you. The good book says, what is it to profit a man to gain the whole world but lose his soul? It's no good. So make the speed and the sacrifice. If somebody tells me that they want to get to, guys, maybe go to the goal. What's your goal in the next 6 months? Tell me. Maybe the income, the rank, the volume, like whatever it might be. Like, tell me what your goal is. If somebody says to me in the next 6 months, I want to get to 6 figures, and they're at no figures, they're at 0 figures, and they want to get to 6 figures in 6 months. And then I talk to them, I say, great, how many hours a week do you have to put in this business? And they say an hour a day. I say, oh, honey, oh, boo-boo child. Oh, no. To build a solid 6-figure residual income, it's not going to happen on an hour a day. Your speed and your sacrifice must match your goal. Now, I'm not saying you can't build a wonderful side hustle on an hour a day, especially with the system that these ladies have for you and with the company. But let's be real here. So we have, people are saying senior executive, right? So you have like the specific rank that you want to hit. You need to reverse engineer it. You might want to ask your upline. You might want to find, in fact, this is a good homework assignment. Who is the #1 recruiter in your company right now? Who is killing it in enrollments? Who is it, right? So who is like, you gotta emulate them. You should be looking at the, like all the leaderboards you guys post every single month, like top sales volume, top recruits, all that sort of thing that your company does. You need to be stalking them on social. You need to be like doing whatever you can, getting them on a coaching call for your little teamies. And you need to be picking their brain, figuring out what they're doing, and then emulating it. You need to be following their pace. How many hours a week are they doing? How many reach outs? How many presentations? How many follow-ups? How many things are they sending out? Videos, exception, samples, whatever it might be. Do what they do and you'll have what they have. Don't make a mistake, guys, but you need to up your speed. I will tell you without knowing this call. I know none of you. Hi, nice to meet you. The best part about this is I don't make money on you, so I can tell you like it is. Isn't this wonderful? With an upline, they're always making money on you. Company, corporate, they make money on you. I make not a dollar. I'm here to tell you that none of you guys are working too hard. None of you guys are working too hard. I want you guys to work smarter though, harder and smarter. I'm going to talk about that here in a second. Number 2. So number 1, speed and sacrifice must match your goals. Number 2 is there is a difference between prospecting and marketing. In our new social trapping of the scroll hole of social media, many of us are so excited to become a micro celebrity, an influencer online, whether it be Instagram or Facebook or TikTok. And you're spending your time and you're crafting your posts and you're building your stories and you're creating your reels and your little videos. And I don't know, do you guys have a favorite app? I'm all about Instagram right now. Like I am in love with Instagram. It is just so freaking awesome. I built from like no followers, like 28,000 followers in the last like year or two. It's just been amazing. Just had my first reel hit almost 1 million views. I love Instagram. There's a difference between marketing and prospecting. It is important for you guys to market. You need to have a marketing plan. You just told me that, Janice, you said your goal is senior executive. What is your, you don't have to list it right now, but you have to think, what is your marketing plan, your business plan to get there? Like, what is your daily, this is the content I have to create. This is what I need to do to constantly get in front of new prospects for these products. You should have a plan. Let's take one step further, one step back. How many of you guys have ever done a business before, traditional business? Like raise your hand. You've been in business before? Go to the chat, drop a 4. You guys had a traditional business? Whether it be like real estate or you're a mortgage broker or you were in, I don't know, you had your own bakery shop or whatever. The most successful businesses, if you were to go into any high-level CEO office, president, CEO, they would have a business plan. And we think that we can go build a senior executive business without a business plan, without a marketing plan. Come on. So we got to have the marketing plan. This is how many posts I'm doing. This is how many stories I'm doing. This is how many reels I'm doing. This is the YouTube I'm doing, or the podcast, or whatever, the LinkedIn. You guys got your jam. You got your thing that you love. Go all in on it. But marketing isn't prospecting. Posting without presenting is void. The exact purpose of the marketing is to get and elicit more conversations. And here's what's going to happen. Until you guys have really stellar marketing, until you guys have got your little groupies and your followers and your shares and your virality and your little tribe, you have got to be reaching out. You've got to pick up the phone, or nowadays, hit the message, send the text. If not, guys, it's going to take a while for the marketing to catch up. So in the beginning, when I launch people or relaunch them, it is in a massive prospecting burst. It's in a blitz of prospecting. We're calling 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 people a day, depending on their speed and their goals. We're still doing the posts. We're still doing the reels. We're still creating the videos, because we know, here's what's so great. If you do a YouTube video right now, all right, Cassie, can you do YouTube videos at Color Street? Can you do them? Right? Because every company is a little different. So I just want to make sure, like Amway, you can't. Okay. So let's say you guys are doing a YouTube video. Here's what's so great about a YouTube video. In like 2 years, that thing's going to have views. That's how it works. YouTube is evergreen, meaning you build it once and it's always there. It's organic traffic for you. It's search engine. So when somebody types in Color Street, Alabama, they find you, right? Color Street, Texas, they come across your video. How to make money in Color Street. How to da-da-da-da. You know, way to do manicures at home. I don't know, whatever. But it's like 2 years from now. That's marketing. That's not prospecting. So you do the marketing right now, knowing that at some point, something's going to fly, something's going to catch, something's going to go viral, something's going to gain traction, right? You're going to get a new boost, a ton of new people, right? But you've got to be prospecting. What is your prospecting plan? If you tell me you want to be senior executive in 6 months, it's not one a day. It's not. How many reach outs a day are you committed to doing? If we go back to number 1 and we know that goal, we know that perfect life, we know that perfect day, that the place that you want to get to. When I got started, I went on this little mentality called 3-a-day press play. We have a video. I'm sure you guys have a video. And every day I would not let the sun go down till I got the 3rd person to press play on the video. And people would ask me all the time, they'd be like, Rachel, how many people did you have to talk to get 3 people to press play? Enough. Sometimes it was 3, sometimes it was 30. But I'd sit there at 11 p.m. at midnight, and sometimes back in the day, and I had 2 for the day. 2's pretty good. I had already enrolled 17 that month. I could go to bed. I was making 20 grand. 2 is probably more than most people on the team. But my standard was 3. 3-a-day press play. And so I'd go to Facebook. I'd open up Messenger, all little blue, green lights, right? Little green, little bubbles. And I'd be like, you know? And I'm like, do you want to make money? Do you want to lose weight? Like, I just started talking to people. I had nothing to lose. And the best part is, people, there's such an anti-cold messaging culture out there. And I get it. I'd rather attract, how many guys would rather people come to you? It's way better. Tell me about these nails, tell me about the products, tell me how can I join? You're making money. What's the side gig? Is this really a thing? And yeah, it's way better. But sometimes you have to prospect before the marketing works. And I would message people, and I'd go to people that I didn't even hardly know. They were just on my Facebook list. And I figured, you know what? If they block me, I don't even know them. There's nothing to lose here. I didn't have them as a customer. They weren't a distributor of my team. So therefore, if they said no, I have not lost nothing. We're at the same playing field. So might as well ask. Might as well ask. Might as well put it out there. Might as well do a thing. Your prospecting needs to increase. Write down right now on your notebook. In the last 30 days, how many reach outs did you do? In the last 30 days, on average, off the top of your head, estimating, give or take 10, 20%, how many reach outs did you do? Now for the next 30 days, in order to get you on track, you're probably going to need to 5 to 10x that. So if you did 30, you should be doing 150 to 300 reach outs over the next 30 days. Here's the amazing thing. Let's get real. Drop a 5 in the chat if you struggle with fear. Fear, doubt, anxiety. I call it FAD, fear, anxiety, depression. We have lots of feelings of FAD. I'll hold up 2 5s. I was so terrified in the beginning. You know the number one antidote to fear? Action. Momentum. Activity. See, when you're in activity, when you're in motion, you don't have time to listen to the demons in your head saying, will this work? What will she think? What will they think? What, oh, if I do this pose, like, oh, Sally from high school is going to judge me. Guys, I'm telling you, Sally from high school doesn't care. And if she judges you, that's not a person that you'd want to be and work with anyways. Next. We need to 5 to 10x your reach outs right now. That's going to get you into personal momentum. Don't let anybody tell you and fool you that you can do this on onesie, twosies, half-hearted in, when you feel like it, if I possibly maybe have the time. Get aggressive. If you want to be making 5, 10, 15, 20 grand a month at this company. Now, if you want to just get your product paid for, that's cool. Have fun. Light and airy. Everyone matters here. Pick your speed. Your speed matches your goals. That's cool. But I think you're coming on a call at 8 p.m. to go into momentum. You need to 5 to 10x your activity right now. That means cutting out the garbage of stuff that is useless. Whether it be the scrolling mindlessly, whether it be Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, I don't know what it is for you that's eating up your time, your attention. And just get into action. Set a standard for yourself before you go to bed. Do not go to bed until it's done. For me, it was 3. Not 3 reach outs, 3 press and play. 3 saying, I'll take a look. 3 saying, I'll go down the rabbit hole. What's your standard? Number 3. This is a call of leaders. This is a call of leaders. You may not feel like a leader yet, but even if you're just you on your team, you're a leader. Why? Because you're leading yourself. Leading yourself is I am the hardest person for myself to lead. I have 70,000 people in my team. The hardest person to lead, you're looking right at her, the hardest. I want to share with you a misnomer or a myth in network marketing. And I don't want to burst your bubble, but I'm here for expectations. And again, I don't get paid off you, so I can tell you the truth. You guys heard the phrase, the pace of the leader is the pace of the pack. The pace of the leader is the pace of the pack. You guys have heard that, raise your hand. Pace of the leader is pace of the team, pace of the leader is pace of the pack. Meaning how fast you go is how fast your team goes. It's not true. It's a lie. The pace of the leader is double the pace of the pack. At any given month, the fast and the speed and the sacrifice that I am making, the activity I'm doing, my best producer is doing half of me. My time, and I don't always mean enrollments, right? Because guys, here's another thing. Activity and results are 2 different things. You can set a goal for results, but ultimately you can't control results. You can do, right? Kimberly, you could go do 10 reach outs right now. We're not going to guarantee that 5 of them are going to sign up. We don't know if they're going to buy. Right? We can't control that, but we can control the activity. Okay. What I'm telling you is they will show up in half of everything. Half commitment, half energy, half passion, half activity, half of emotional intelligence, everything. So you're saying, oh my gosh, Rachel, that's super unfair and a little bit deflating. Guys, welcome to leadership. And the great thing is that you now own how far and high your team goes, so that you can raise everything. So like, hey, like the best are going to be like half, quarter of what I do. So if you're doing one a day, what are your team doing? What are they doing? If you're doing one reach out a day right now, one presentation a day, if you're signing up 3 a month, 3 new customers a month, what is your best team is doing? Half that. But how can we raise the lid? How can we raise the momentum? If the pace is if you're the Roger Bannister of your team, you go and you 5 to 10x your activity. You 5 to 10x your growth. I want to close with this, and then I'm going to pass back to you, Cassie, is that the activity is important. And I beat it over and over on this entire training. But I also want to share with you guys that who you are is who you attract as well. So we need to amplify the whole gamut. Again, this is a call for leaders. This is not a call for, hey, if you just want to get your product paid for, that's cool. All right, just sit back and enjoy the show. But if you really want to build something here, if you really want to create personal momentum, you need to go all out in all the aspects of business. Meaning, go all out in learning. Right now, I spend on an average day 2 to 3 hours a day in personal development. Why? Because I'm the hardest person to lead. I'm the hardest. It's so easy for me to tell everybody else to be positive, encouraging, inspired, emotionally intelligent, creative, outgoing, like all these things. But I have to be that person. Transparently, I'm at the top rank of my company, but there's another kind of bonus and I haven't hit the bonus yet. So even though I'm top rank, I'm not quite top, there's tippy top, I'm not there. And I've been stuck for 18 months. It'd be very easy for me to say it's COVID, it's pandemic, it's this, it's that, it's that. But you know what the truth is? It's me. So since August, I've just gone hard on growth, hard on activity. I think since August, I've enrolled like 60 people in my business. I've enrolled 500 in 5 years. Why? Because the pace of the leaders, the pace of the pack-ish, kinda. And that in order for my team to grow, I must grow. So what needs to change in you? Is it your activity? Is it your mindset? Everything starts with mindset. Is your positivity? Is your attitude? Is your motivation? Is it your marketing? You're like, oh, I'm not really techie. I just love the nails. Okay, great. But what if you learned tech? What if you spent time and mastered social media? What if you spent the next year and just became a freaking bad mama jamma on Instagram Reels? I have a girlfriend right now. One of my mentors is recruiting 200 people a month off of TikTok. 200 people a month off of TikTok. Oh, Rachel, but I'm not good on video. Get good. Oh, Rachel, but I don't really have a lot of confidence to reach out. Get confident. There's no excuse. It starts with you. It ends with you. You're the pace. And whatever you do, whoever you are, your team will be half of you. But the good news is that if a struggling 36-year-old college dropout can make nearly $1 million a year in network marketing, Lord, let me tell you, it is possible for you. So Cassie, that's what I got for you today. Thank you so much for having me on. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you. And I know it might be crazy to say that I love you, but I do, because you know what? My good mentor always says, people can hate you for no reason. So I can love you for no reason. So over to you, Cassie and Janice. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much. Fantastic. We love your motivation. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you. Bye, Rachel. Thank you.
Amazing. Awesome. Wow. Holy cow.
So much energy. Woo! You guys thought I was woo.
She's so good. Like, just no matter what you think you're doing, you can do more, and you can do it smarter and do it with the schedule and keep to that schedule and just be smarter about where you use it. And when you're doing it, go all in. This is like everything. It is everything. So she was fantastic. Oh, I loved it. Loved it. All
You guys
right.
want to unmute? Anybody have anything they want to say or questions? I mean, Rachel and I text frequently, so I can, relay messages, ask her things. She had another stuff she had to hop off for. That's why she left us so quick. But do you guys have any questions? Do you guys have any feedback? Have anything that you guys came out of it loving or anything? Anything?
Speak to you for.
I kind of love the fact that she was talking at the end there. She was talking about how she was stuck and it wasn't her or it wasn't anything else. It was her personally. So that's really good for accountability because, I've been stuck at this one goal that I want to hit so bad. So I just have to realize that I've got to hit it even harder and I know I can do it. It's just making sure that I make the time to do it.
Yep.
Absolutely. I mean, I have a goal right now that I'm stuck at. So I've been diving into my personal development, diving into back to the basics, like we talk about with all of our Color Street training. So I've dove in with my personal business for basic stuff, and diving back in and revamping things and recreating things that I thought were, solid. But I'm like, there's a little hole right there. I need to fix that, so all of us go through those ebbs and flows of things. And, it's like you said, and like she said, it's personal, like look, reevaluate, like what's the problem with what we're doing or how we're maybe saying or presenting something or, how we're coming across to somebody, so all of those things are awesome. So that was great, Rebecca.
I love
Anybody else?
Naomi said, I love that the whole of your team is half of what you are. So that makes you really think. Like when you think you're pushing hard, and I know last month I struggled, and guess what? Our team struggled. I mean, I was down to the last day to get my circle of excellence. I've never come to the last day, but you know what? The month before I didn't put it all in like I had been. I needed dog shows to be number 1 on my list last month. And this had to be number 2. And guess what? My business showed it. Like it showed it. And so for me, it's just very eye-opening to see that is like when you're struggling, guess what? Your team is going to struggle too. So you got to like bump it up but bump it up smart and not waste time scrolling. I always tell my team, if you're commenting in my group, you're not busy enough because I am never in your groups. Unless I'm going to your page to do a shout out, I don't have time to be in your group. And I know it was a big sore subject that we kicked stylists out of our groups. And, I still do. I still remove stylists that I know are off and killing it. Because if you're over in my group checking out what I'm doing, you're not in yours enough. And your customers don't know if you're serious. And when your customers know you're serious, they're there. They're there for you. You don't need to worry if they're in another group, if they're doing something else with someone else. It's a distraction. So if you're commenting in a friend's group, you're not busy enough in your own. I mean, it's great to help with engagement and help someone get started. But honestly, if you're playing games, if you're commenting, if you're, doing all the things in someone else's group, you're not working your business in that moment and you are missing out. You're missing the whole idea of just nose to the grind and get those people relating to you and not you relating to someone else, if that makes sense.
And to kind of piggyback that too with other groups and things too, is there's so much information out there for us with Color Street. That's one thing about this company compared to so many other companies. There's so much and they do so much. We've got the graphics groups. I mean, I can speak from experience coming from another company because I was in the same company with Rachel together. They don't do those things for you. Like it's all you inventing everything. You're your graphics person. You're your everything person. So when you're in somebody else's group, you're like, oh, that's a great idea. I need to do that. And you're going through, and I was saying this to a new stylist that we have on our team last week or 2 weeks ago when I was working with her, like you don't have to do all the things that day because then you come across like you're just spewing all of this into your customers and they're like, whoa, what's going on with all these different things? Take your authentic ideas that you have found in the Norma Clark group, or you've Googled, or you've created, or you've taken a spin from somebody else's idea and recreate it for yourself and place it strategically within your week or your month or your business plan, marketing plan for the month. And that way you're not coming across and like, just spewing every direction with those people in a day with your clientele. You're, being strategic about it. So they know that to take you seriously and they know what you're saying. You're not just trying to get from them and not give to them. So, it's all of those different, thought process, to piggyback what Janice was saying about that too. So, staying in your own lane, is, an often common thing that so many people say is just because you don't want to compare yourself. And my biggest thing when, I started working with all of you guys too, is worry about what you did the month before, not what somebody else did the month before or did yesterday. Worry about what you did the month before. Because like Rachel said, make yourself better for the next month and the next day or whatever. So worry about yourself, not comparing your results and your pace with somebody else that has a faster pace or a faster marketing plan for themselves, or, game plan for themselves. So.
And I loved how she talked about prospecting and marketing being two very important things. Marketing, it's not color street your marketing. And I think that's where I started wrong. And I think that's where a lot of us kind of got a little off kilter, because I feel like I know that's where I was marketing color street. And we want to market ourselves. So you want to market you. And so when people think of color street or think of nails, they think of you and not color street. So that way you're building a brand of yourself. And this is something that, I'm redoing everything. Like I'm like, I have gone about it all wrong. Even though it worked, I still am like, I need to brand myself, because we don't want Color Street to be the brand, because anybody can find a Color Street stylist, but not anybody can find me. So when you start finding what your niche is and you start finding what makes people, Karita makes beautiful jewelry. And if she's gonna, throw in some jewelry with some gorgeous nails, I mean, what a niche. I mean, what about, everyone that just jumps on live and just shows like this, I've got puppies right now. My customers are living for puppies right now. I mean, they just want to see them. They love seeing how they're growing each day and things like that. And so, yeah, they come to me for the nails, but they want to see the reality show too. And it is quite a reality show, because it's a hot mess express. So that's going to be a puppy name. But I just think marketing ourselves is definitely where I think we all got a little off. And when I was posting on you guys' pages and I couldn't even find a link or what your name was or anything like that. And that is definitely where we want to remarket ourselves. Not that you're blasting your page with, buy the company nails, like you don't want company posts, but sharing it. Like I got more responses on sharing the fact that I want to stay home and watch my dogs age and watch my dogs grow. I got like stupid amounts. And you know what I've done this week? I have gone through and I have thanked every person that supported that post, because that was a scary thing for me to write. Because that's scary, because are people going to think I'm stopping showing dogs? I'm not stopping showing dogs. But what if they think that? What if they think I'm quitting? What if I'm not, but I'm definitely phasing to a new, avenue. And just to have that many people support that. And guess what? When I'm messaging them, it's a real relationship that I'm reconnecting on and rebuilding. These people asked to be my friend at some point on Facebook. So that's not a cold message, but reconnecting with them, if you haven't talked to them in years, is a way to get back in without being like, hey, buy my nails. Just, hey, thanks for supporting that post. It was kind of scary for me. And just something so simple and so real makes you human. And then it gives them something to perk their interest of what are you doing? Because not everybody knows, and we still think everybody knows, but they don't. So I think that a whole idea of marketing yourself, but still prospecting, still getting those talks without being spammy was a huge, I think, obviously, I mean, I don't care if I spam people I don't know. Like, hey, check out these nails. I mean, I don't know you. What do you have to lose? So if they friended me and I don't know them, or they're like contacting me on Instagram and I don't know them, well, hey, check out where the nails are. So things like that are definitely, I loved everything she had to say. I thought she was fantastic. And I think it gives us a lot of good energy to just crush this launch tomorrow. I mean, these nails are everything the American dream is about. And why not sell the nails and the opportunity with those nails? Like, sell the opportunity with the nails. I mean, market that together. I don't know. I just want this to be such a huge month for our team. So I don't know. I don't have anything.
So what about you guys? Do you guys want Rachel to come back this summer and talk on a different topic? I know she would pull some favors in. I know she'd make time if you guys are wanting a different topic, because we also want to know feedback for you guys too. Like, what motivates you? What kind of person do you want to come, like, talk to you guys? Because I feel right now personally, for our team, I feel like you guys are wanting a lot of the more motivational things and what can possibly be done in this business and industry. Those kind of things. I feel like we've got so much Color Street training all over the place. I don't want to have, somebody here just to talk about the same thing we've learned or had trainings on. So, let us know what kind of things are going to be beneficial for you guys, for you personally, for your businesses, because that's where the direction is that we're trying to do these last few months. Having Janice bring Danette here, and then having Ashley come just because she offered so much. Like when Rachel said, go to the top enrolling person and start, like, that's why we had Ashley here. That's why we had Danette here, is for you guys, because she's at the top of Color Street for enrolling. And we wanted you guys to hear upfront and personal of how she does it, what she does, because we want you guys to have those connections to be able to grow your businesses. So I see like people want them here or want her back. So that's good.
She's so positive, but I think I would love to hear her growth and how, maybe her scheduling more, like, yeah. So maybe we get some more in-depth scheduling. And, obviously I've started getting up earlier, and it's been a game changer of just getting all my messages done before I have to do dogs. Like, it's huge just to be able to, like, get up a little bit earlier and just knock the things you don't want to do the most, get them out of the way first. So I think that definitely is, but if we could get a little bit more of her scheduling and when she started, how much was she in? Because poor Eric thinks I'm married to this. Like, I mean, and it's a thing. Like, I have got to stop in the evening and sit down and be a human being. And I am so involved, and it's every minute, and it is hard for me. But I love to hear her ideas of, how you slow down, put it down, have systems in place that take care of each other and that kind of stuff. So I think you guys love the scheduling. I know everybody's busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know we talked about this in one of the later meetings at some point, but we were saying, like, it doesn't matter if you know the things to do or how to do them if you're not in the mindset to do them.
Right.
And that's kind of where I felt like I've been. My March compared to my April, it was like two completely different people, because I pushed so hard in March that I fried myself. Yeah. And so I had to, like, get myself going. Yeah. I've got a lot going on in my life right now, obviously. So getting myself back on track has been my focus this month. But I think last night with Debbie's call, and then tonight having people say it's okay to cut yourself off, it's okay to be a person. Yeah, I've started doing that. Like, whatever I don't get done by when I'm done doing dogs at night, that's it. Yeah. Because I mean, I would stay up till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and my husband would be dead asleep, and I'm still on my phone. Like, that's not what I want. So I started doing that, and it's made a big difference.
It's like me taking the weekends. My first how many months in Color Street, I was available to our team every single minute and every single hour. And I was like, okay, a couple months ago, I need to start taking weekends for my family now that we're back in sports stuff. So setting those guidelines for yourself, and you're going to, like, I'm going to work my business hard on this day, you know, Monday through Friday, or I work my day job Monday through Friday. So Friday through Monday, or whatever it is, just set it and make sure that you're, you know, being consistent through the week and not dropping your business cold turkey.
Right.
But that time for what you need to recharge and refuel yourself or your family or whatever, you're there and do those things. So that way you cannot give up on this, because there's so much available with this. Like Janice and I are proof that there's so much, like we have gained so much with Color Street, and we want all of this for you guys and our team, because we're all in this together. That's how we feel. We're all in this to do this together. And we didn't bring you here to do this not to achieve greatness. I mean, you guys can go farther than us or whatever, you know, it's possible. So just setting those boundaries for yourself so you can have that shutdown time and recharge and enjoy your family is why you're doing this, hopefully, so you can get rid of your stressor in your life job if you have one, you know. So,
and that's where the scheduler really takes that to another level, is having that scheduler and just knowing that if you stop, you know, if you need a day and a half, 2 days to just step away, and you have everything scheduled because you were smart and just scheduled it ahead of time, you can relax. You can actually put the phone in the other room. I have to put it in another room. If I see it, I feel like I have to, because if it's not Color Street, it's dog owners. And, you know, for me, which Eric, you know, it's a challenge, because I have their animals. I need to answer them. And he's like, you never need to answer a dog question at 9:30 at night. You never need to tell someone when their entries close or when they need to do all. He's like, at 9:30 at night. It's to Bill and Taffy McFadden taught me years ago that it's a business. And at 6 p.m., I go to family time. So if your dog is not on the way to the vet, there is absolutely nothing you need to hear from me. And I don't know where I lost that, but it is so true. And that's where, you know, just adjusting back to, you know, boundaries and just knowing. I mean, I have a very big guilt feeling when I don't answer someone's question at night, but at the same time, like, I need to respect the fact that I need to be present with Eric and make sure that my dogs are getting my attention, which is the whole idea of this in the first place. So definitely, I mean, having a supportive other half is fantastic, but don't push it, because that's what we tend to do. We push it. So scheduling and making those times, I think, is definitely a good plan. But okay, so I think we're definitely going to have her back from the sounds of it. Time management, priorities, relationships. I love it. Scheduling. Yeah. And her energy. I mean,
she's contagious. She was one of the first people in our former company that I gravitated to, because I was like, that is who I want to grow my business like. And I was successful in my other company, nothing like her, because I was in a, you know, shorter time frame, but the energy is contagious, and she's a wealth of knowledge, as you guys have heard if you've listened to her podcast. And that's how she is in real life. So what you see is what you get. That's her in person too. So she is what she is. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe
when we were listening to her, I was like, oh, I wonder what these people think that haven't listened to her podcast yet.
Oh, I know. It's probably
she's just like infectious.
You guys think I'm a spaz that know me? Woo.
We should, at some point when we get a little larger and we do like a team thing, get together, we should do something with her and maybe like have a little thing down the road.
Her upline, Tara, was with the same company we were with also, and she is so just also very awesome. I mean, she's awesome too. So I'll have to think about having Tara come talk to us too, because she's amazing too. So
I love hearing from other companies too, because it's like, I think we all hear from the same people, and just, you know, at some point you're like, yeah, I've heard everything, but you haven't, but it just does sound like it.
Me personally, I love seeing women. Like my daughter always jokes and says that I've raised her to be such, you know, a feminist. And she's like, I never thought I'd be a feminist like you, Mom, but oh my gosh, I'm there. So I love seeing women succeed and having people that are successful with other companies like Pila and Rachel and Tara and different people like that. Like, sorry for the guys, if there's any guys in the call tonight that are on our team, but there's nothing better than seeing all of us succeed together and just cheering each other on. And so I love having other people come. Like, that's who my connections are with other companies. So that's who usually I get in here for us, is because I just have met people and networked that way. So I really want you guys to get a tidbit of, you know, something that you've learned from them, because you can apply it to your Color Street business, no matter what they're offering. Like Pila has never done Color Street. They don't have it in Canada, you know, but she offered us so much because of her mindset and how she's operated her business, and went from working in an office hours upon hours to now she's home with her kids and doing this how she wants to do it. So it's just, it shows the flexibility that's attainable for anybody that wants it, you know. So
Awesome. Awesome. Oh, this is so good. Oh, we got to do the drawings,
oh
don't we?
yeah, oh yeah, glad you remembered. I had it ready too.
I know,
so.
and my computer might die, so we might want to do it fast.
Okay, all right. So if you had your BQ by the 5th, your extra names are in, your 5 extra tickets are in here for you guys. And then everybody that BQ'd by the 10th, your names are on here also. So, okay.
Wow.
Ah,
Yours is on slow motion.
Lindsay Brew, congratulations.
Congrats. Awesome.
Well done, well done. So hopefully that's 15th to the 14th is serving you guys well as you're implementing it in your businesses, because it's a game changer for those of you guys that have. So
Love it. Awesome.
all right, thanks guys.
Thank you. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.